She was a college student at a law school. And one of the things that she mentioned about physically was I think it was her, maybe mid childhood years, one leg stopped growing. And it wasn't a lot, but it was enough that she needed an orthotic. And she's a young college girl. She couldn't really wear cute shoes because she has to have this slip in to make herself be even. So, what we find out in her session about that is that at that time in her life, she was very scared about growing up. She didn't know what that was going to be like, very, very nervous about it. And so much so that her thoughts created the experience of her left leg not growing. It stayed back in that time. Well, the right leg moved forward.
Oh, wow.
Right? So, I mean, I know the things you learn in these sessions. And
Yes.
so as we were talking, I'm like, well, okay, well, she's on track now. She's second year of law school and she knows what she wants to do and she seems comfortable with her life. Is there any reason why that can't be evened out? And I think herself was just like so blasé, like, yeah, we can do that. When they do that, they were just like, yeah, we can heal that. And I'm like, explain to her how you're doing that because she'll find that really interesting. And I'm always like, I'm a student. I want to know, like, how are you doing that? And cartilage is like super easy. Bone is not that difficult. It's just energy created into a denser matter, right? And it was such a like, yeah, we can do it, easy breezy lemon squeezy thing. I don't think I paid that much attention to it because we had other questions on our list and we had other stuff we needed to talk about. So they did that. And when she got off my table at the end after I counted her out and such, I got up, I said, how does your leg feel, by the way? And she's like even. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, really, like, how does it feel? And she's like, even. And she put her shoes on, but it had that orthotic in it. And she goes, well, that feels weird now. And I'm just like, oh yeah, this is good. Good job.
Wow.
She's local here. And I asked, we are going to meet up and just kind of chat about her session at a coffee shop. I don't know, a week or 2 weeks later. And I purposely sat at the back of the coffee shop so I could watch her walk in so I could see how her gait was perfect. And she was wearing the cutest shoes. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's so awesome. Congratulations. She goes, I tried putting my orthotic in for a couple days afterwards, and I was just off balance. And I just finally just had to take it out. And I'm like, that is amazing. And she goes, no, that's not even the great part. I'm like, well, that's a pretty great part. You just grew your leg in a few hours. But okay, what's
Yeah.
the really great part? And she goes, the great part is I can tap into my high self anytime I want to now. And she says, I was sitting in a law lecture that I didn't study for. And I was just kind of like slumping in my chair because I didn't want the professor to call on me because I hadn't studied. And she asked a question and all of a sudden my arm goes up and I'm like, shoot, like, you don't have the answer. And she said, the professors, tell me what the answer is. And she says, I just quieted myself down and opened my mouth and blah, 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 blah came out. And it was perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to take the bar.